What up? T-Bob here.
And Jake as well.
And look at you. You done stumbled upon little OTB Saints, where we bring you all the latest black and gold coverage.
Who are the Saints going to draft? Who's going to be their quarterback? What does the salary cap look like? All that information and more.
Hope you enjoy it. Like, subscribe. Be a dream come true to play for the Saints. And I believe him. It sounds like he was a fan growing up. Drew Brees. Of course, if you're a shorter quarterback, Drew Brees should always be one of your muses. Shout out to the quiet storm, Marcus Colston, maybe a top 10 most underappreciated NFL player of all time. One of the greatest NFL crimes in history is that he never made a Pro Bowl. What the hell is that about? But really, that Cam Ward soundbite came about because he was being interviewed by a ton of New Orleans media.
Yeah.
At the Sugar Bowl. And it ain't happening.
Was it the Manning?
Maybe it was. Maybe Manning Award, something like that. Yeah, I just saw the Sugar Bowl
I would assume it.
Iconography in the back there. But, so, like, that's not happening. But.
Well, you know, you never say never, though, Mickey. I mean, he's been on.
You got a lot of picks.
He's been on a heater, right?
You got a lot of picks. But, again, I would rather them pick the picks.
Yes. Pick the picks.
Pick the picks instead of.
Your roster needs the picks.
Even though I know he's not, he just can't wait to trade up. I mean, we haven't talked about it on this show, I don't think, but have you seen how many picks the Eagles got coming in over the next 2 years now? Thanks to Pittsburgh picks, 20 picks.
Yeah.
Over the next 2 years. And it's like 8, I think, in the top 3 rounds. It's absurd. But whatever. So Cam Ward, likely not in the Saints' future, but is there a quarterback in the Saints' future, Jake Hester?
There is a draft expert that thinks so.
Mel Kiper, shout out to Tay, our mock draft beat reporter. He monitors all mock drafts to make sure that we only get the most clickbaity ones. And Mel Kiper, in his mock draft 3.0, has provided said sustenance, as he has Ward going number 1 to the Titans, Abdul Carter 2 to the Browns. Oh my God, Abdul Carter, Myles Garrett. You'll still not win, but that's tight. Shadur Sanders 3 to the Giants.
Suck, but it'll be fun.
Travis Hunter to the Patriots. Oh wait, I forgot they got Kenny Pickett. Travis Hunter to the Patriots. Mason Graham Jaguars. Genty to the Raiders. Tyler Warren Jets. Oh no. Who are the Saints going to pick? Jalen Walker to the Panthers. But remember, Tyler Warren, Ashton Genty, those are supposed to be the Saints pick. So who do the Saints go at 9? Jaxson Dart. It would have shades of Penix last year. Really shades of the run on quarterbacks that you saw last year. Where if you have, if you want one, you're going to have to reach. It's just a position that a lot of times that's the case. Here's my question on Dart, Jake, and this is where I'm not good at this segment or my job. I don't know that I have a great opinion on how I feel Jaxson Dart's going to translate to the NFL. I mean, he looked so good at times in college, and then other games he would just look hapless, and I could never fully explain why.
And that's a fair assessment, because early in his career, it was feast or famine. Like it was going to be really, really good, game-changing, or he was going to cost you the game. The one thing I will say about him, his completion percentage went up every single year.
Okay.
The yards went up every single year. The yards per attempt went up every single year.
Okay.
The touchdowns went up every single year. The quarterback rating went up every single year. So he did continue to get better as a player. His last year certainly was his best year, throwing for over 4,000 yards. He is somebody that I still think has work to do to be a starting quarterback in the NFL. Watching him at the Senior Bowl in Mobile, taking snaps under center, his footwork on running plays from under center, something we don't talk a lot about. We just talk about the actual exchange. It's important. You got to have the ball.
Yeah.
But
it's footwork.
They've never had to open step and like get to a stretch landing point. They've never had to do that, right? They've never had to make sure that the ball is exactly where it's supposed to be on a zone run. And that might seem like, oh, they can fix that. If you've never done it before, and all of a sudden, you're going to go to a team with Alvin Kamara, who's taken thousands of handoffs, and his quarterback doesn't know how to get him the ball until, week 3. Like that would be an issue. So he is somebody that would need, I think, to sit a little bit, learn. I don't think he's a day one starting quarterback. So if that's what you're looking for, then Jaxson Dart can be that guy. If you're asking him to come in, be the guy right now, lead this team to the playoffs, I don't think he's ready for that. But there is enough in there to be intrigued by him. But the other side of it is, like you said, you've got issues and you've got needs right now. Do you have the luxury? Because if you were like, hey, we're basically in a full rebuild and you want to make this move, okay, but you're not.
Yeah.
That's not what you've put out there. You've put out there that you want to be competitive. And so I don't think you have the luxury of using the number 9 pick on somebody that's not going to help you right now.
Well, especially not because in that mock draft, who's still on the board? Tetero McMillan.
Yeah.
Doesn't actually go till 20.
Oh, really?
Mel Kiper's mock. So it's 20, and then 22 is the Chargers. He has them taking Matthew Golden. So like receivers back to back, but
it's interesting on the. Did you see Cam Jordan stumping for McMillan?
Yeah.
Yesterday online saying put me in there. What he ran? He ran a sub 4.5
or 4.8 at his pro day.
Yeah,
He's a large human.
6'5", like 240 or something crazy like that. So
if Tetero McMillan goes at number 20, to the Broncos or 21 to the Steelers, they are going to, like in the first day of OTAs, be high-fiving each other after the first route on air. And be like,
Yeah.
oh my God, we got him at 20?
it'd be a high value pick.
Very much so.
It would be a high value pick for sure. So I still think I'm in that Ginty, Warren, McMillan triumvirate there. But it is always exciting taking a quarterback. Saints have never done it in the first round. If they were to draft Jaxson Dart, like Jake said, if it is indeed a give him time to get ready, well, he would have it behind Derek Carr. But I guess when I think what our question is like, how much better? Is he that much better than Spencer Rattler? I mean, granted, his college stats would maybe say yes, but they feel similar in some ways. So in the end, I think it's probably a reach, probably not what the Saints need to do. But it is something to keep an eye on as a possibility as next month's draft rolls closer.
It is a possibility. I'm not even saying like it would be devastating because I think so many people would be excited you actually took a quarterback in the first round. Yeah. And maybe that would mean Derek Carr's tenure would be over after this season. But I think this is a player that eventually could be good in the NFL. I don't think he's ready right now. And what you need right now is right now. Mm-hmm. You don't need maybe down the road. You have to have somebody help this team. With the injury history of your receivers, you didn't sign a veteran player. We talked about Cooper Kupp a couple of weeks ago. Keenan Allen's still out there, but he's not coming to New Orleans. And so, okay, you have Chris Olave, Rashid Shaheed. You need somebody else, and you need somebody else in a different mold. Those receivers are kind of in the same, right?
Yeah.
Smaller receivers, fast, quick, big play receivers. Don't get me wrong, explosive plays, but if you throw a 6'5" Tetero McMillan into the mix, that helps you right now more than Jaxson Dart.
Without a doubt. Seems like McMillan would probably be the play if indeed it did break the way that Kiper has it breaking there. So we'll see. How far are we from draft day now? Are we under a month yet?
No, not quite.
Okay.
We're about 5 weeks.
There we go. 5 weeks away, and we'll see what your New Orleans Saints decide to do. Wow, just amazing black and gold takes right there, Jake.
I don't think I've ever heard any takes that are better than the two guys that just gave you that take.
And you can keep getting them by going ahead and liking, subscribing, ringing the bell to get notifications when we post. Have a great day. We'll see you on the next OTB Saints.